Abdurrahman from Too Old to Start here with another English garden update. Happy about this one. So I weighed in this morning 1.25 pounds down. But guess what? I had 4 bags of candy yesterday. How is it possible to have a diet where you can stuff your face with candies and still lose weight? Well, it seems that coal is maybe not lying to you. The reality is that if you have sugar in the absence of fat, you get ripped and you lose weight. Is it the most healthy thing? No, but I was having a little bit of fun with it. Back in the UK, it's a lot easier for me to find halal candies, and I had a disaster in the morning. Literally, as I was preparing the smoothie, which was basically black currants and red currants and strawberries and berries, a mix of that, I put in my 4 tablespoons of sugar. I took it to the blender. I put it in, and it didn't work. So I put it again, and it didn't work. So I lifted it up, and the bottom fell out, and it went all over my dear mother's cabinets and all over the floor. A complete and utter disaster, and a big waste of currants and berries. So after the cleanup, I ended up just having 6 or 7 mandarins or satsumas and apple juice. I ended up having 3 sort of large cups of apple juice, so a litre of apple juice. So I think this is what these guys are calling hard sugars. And then during the day, I had 3 smallish bags of candies. I went for a nice long walk. I went out with my mother, and we saw in the shop whilst we were buying fruit, we saw some interesting sort of jelly beans, which were vegetarian, and didn't have gelatin in, because I don't eat gelatin. We had some of those coming home. I finished most of the bag. And then dinner was just as a bowl of mixed fruit, things like melon, grapes, some strawberries, some apple pieces, and then pouring on a tin of peaches with their sauce. And look at that, 1.25 pounds down, with 4 bags of candies. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Crazy but true. So I'm very happy with that. The other thing I mentioned, I think, on yesterday, was that a hack for me for sure is having dinner earlier. Back in Africa, back in Dakar, we eat very late. Even when you're eating fruit very late, I seem to not lose weight as rapidly. Whereas here, when I'm eating 6, 7, 8, I think yesterday I crept up closer to 9 o'clock, but still it gives me that amount of time, I presume, to digest in the process, and it has a really marked effect on the scale weight in the morning. So my hack now is very much stick to roughly 3 meals, or with me it's mainly 2 meals of fruit. Eat until you're full. I'm getting better and better at kind of gauging that. And then after your last meal, if you are peckish in any way, shape or form, then just have a fizzy drink or a cup of tea with a whole lot of sugar in it. As many as you need to feel satiated. And I'm even finding now with that, I'm not needing as much to feel satiated. Go to bed feeling light and lean, and guess what? You're waking up light and lean. So I'm very happy with how this is going. Sugar fasting for the win. I was expecting to sort of lose this extra weight that I put on the plane flight slower than I am. I think when I left Dakar, my lowest was sort of 208. So weighing in today at 209, whatever it was. Was it? What did I do this morning? Weighing this morning at 209.5. If I have another big day tomorrow, I'm pretty much going to be back down to where I was before. Saying that though, there are some family friend coming over, so I'm going to have a sort of a normal meal this evening, which will have some fat in it. I think it's salmon on the menu, so that we'll see what happens if you sugar fast, which I have been doing through the day, and then have a normal meal in the evening. It's going to be cauliflower rice and some smokes and some salmon and some vegetables. So it's a fairly good meal from a high carb, low fat point of view, although I think salmon is on the fat side. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting probably a flat day tomorrow, but let's see. All I can say is I'm very content with with sugar fasting. I'm actually very happy as well with the idea of migrating to the sugar diet, so to speak, or high carb, low fat. you feel good on this diet. I keep hearing people who are doing it saying that, you know, you feel good, and it feels good to feel good, and it feels positive. So I think I'm a convert to high carb, low fat, and you know, you get your protein in when you have these off days. If for those who are worried about protein, we definitely don't need as much protein as we think we do. Often men, we're obsessed, especially because of all of the bodybuilding and stuff that was in the old magazines, and now is, you know, every fitness influencer, you've got to get your protein, you've got to get your protein. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And if you are carrying any extra weight like me, cut the protein down, cut the starches down, go full